Alright, we are back. This is part 4 of the WordPress 101. Lastly, we stopped on the section where it says theme. So when we go to appearance, we talked about how you can add theme. Just click add new. You have different options like, featured, popular, latest, favorite, and feature filter. But there's one question for you folks. Why does it say here upload theme? You're close. Yes, you can upload theme, but you don't have your own theme. I mean,
you purchase it.
Yes, the premium. So if you buy from Elegant or Theme Forest or any premium themes, you can upload it by clicking browse and upload that zip file. Okay. Another option, if you go to WordPress.org, you will see that all the themes, the same theme you see on the back end of the dashboard, is all right here as well. So what happened? All of these themes, you can download them to your computer and upload them. A lot of developers do that because they like to work locally on their machine before they upload it. But for us, since we don't know how to code, we're too lazy, just go ahead and click add new from there, and that's it, okay? I like lazy stuff. Sometimes I hire lazy people because they have creative ways of making things happen in a short period of time, okay? So not all lazy people are bad. So that's what I wanted to mention before I move forward. We talked about customize, we talked about widget, right? Now, menu is so important. So what happened, you have to make sure that after you create the pages, you need to make sure that your menu is also created. So when you go to menu, initially you're not going to have this option here where it says manage location. You're not going to have this option. So what you do, you just click what it says, give the menu any name, and click create. Once you create, you're going to have this option where it says manage location. You are going to click on manage location, then make sure that the menu is actually selected. So for this theme, the catch box, the menu is right here. It says primary menu, secondary, and footer. What does that mean? That means you can have two kinds of menu. One like on the top and the other one below the header. That's what it means. So this theme comes with 3 options of menu, okay? So the menu is created. And why this is very important? Because let's say right here, do you see these pages? Right? If I want to move this one and bring it right here, what should I do? I can go to menu, see this menu? I can just grab this and click save changes, right? Then come back here, what was this one? This was our story, right? Our story is right here, right? Refresh, boom, and move. Simple as that, right? Now, if I want to make sub-pages, all I have to do is this. Grab this, like that. Okay? Save menu. And now, refresh. See what happened? Simple as that, right? It's amazing. Light bulb. Ooh, a lot of light bulbs going on here, right? So that's pretty cool, right? Okay. Now, let me just, if you want to make a sub-page of another sub-page, you just move it to the right, okay? All right, cool. Now, check this out. Custom links. What is the custom links for? Let's say this is I'm going to give you another quick example, but let me create a page real quick here as an example. I'm going to make a page, I'm going to call it services, okay? I'm going to create a page called services, and every time you create a page, you go back where? Menu. Always go back to the menu. Make sure you add that page in the menu. Because if you don't add it, and you go right here, and you refresh, I just created a page, why is it not showing up? Well, because you didn't add it to the menu. Okay? So I'm going to add the services to the menu, right here. And let's assume, okay, all these 3 pages are part of what? The services that you provide, right? Okay, as an example, okay? Let's say you have 3 services that you provide. I'm gonna click save menu, okay? Then refresh services, then you have these 3 pages, okay? Now, the only problem with this page is that service page is also clickable. When I click on it, it opens a page. Does that make sense? But I want only these pages to be clickable for a specific information and not this one. So how can I fix that? To fix that, all you have to do, you go to custom links. Okay, you go to custom links. You see that? All I have to do is put the pound sign. Okay, now I'm going to call it services. Let's call it 1. Okay, add to the menu. Okay, I just put a pound sign, give it a name. It's called services 1, right? And let me just bring it down. Okay, I'm going to remove this one. Okay, then I'll click what? Save menu, right? And now refresh. Service 1, right? So I can click our supporter because it's a page by itself, right? But the service 1, look what happens when I click. Look what happened. Nothing happens, right? It's unclickable. So you see, it doesn't take it to any other page. That's how you fix that problem. Does that make sense? Did you get that? It's like a trick. I don't see any bubbles. Yeah. All right. Thank you. That's one cool feature of the custom link. The second thing is, let's say you sell stuff on Amazon. Okay? And you have a page. I'm going to copy this link. You have a page called, let's say I'm going to put the Amazon link right here. I'm going to call Buy Online. Maybe you have stuff in Amazon. You add a page called Buy Online, right? You add it to the menu, okay? Save menu. Refresh. Buy Online, right? When I click on it, okay? Pretty cool, right? Awesome. So that's what the custom link does. Now, last one, the categories. This is where if you have different categories, you add the category to the menu that the blog post is attached to, that becomes like a blog page. Does that make sense? That's how we did it with the Asperger 101. We just actually added the categories in the menu, so it looks like 8 pages, but actually categories. They're not a page.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, it is attached to that category, right? That's how you do it. Does that make sense? Pretty nice, right? Good? Okay. Cool. Awesome. Any question about the menus? We good? All right. Header, of course, this is the banner, whatever. We talked about that. It takes me there, so we already know that. Background, we don't need that because we don't want your visitor to be distracted. Keep you see this also is clean and nice. I mean, because it's all white, my whole focus automatically will be on whatever the content is, right? Theme options. This is a feature that not all theme gets it. Again, depends from theme to theme. So theme catch box has this feature. So if I want all black, right? Save. Let's see how it looks. Refresh. See that? So this theme has that option. Does that make sense? Also, if you notice, this theme has a search box on the top, which I don't like. I want to disable it. I just come here and disable the search in the header, save, refresh, boom. Just a big nice banner, and you have the pages right here. Okay? Does that make sense? Alright, cool. So, editor, this is the area that you don't want to touch. Yeah. Okay? This is where we have, see all the coding? These are all for the template, for the image, for the footer, like the header that we made the changes for the image. This is the code. Look at that. These are the code for the image and the header. So you make any changes, you can probably break it. Okay. If you're a coder, you need to have what we call right now. We have one thing I forgot to mention. Any theme you add is called parent theme. Okay, like the main primary theme, we call it parent theme. If you're going to code it and customize it and mess with the code, you have to make another copy of the parent theme and call it a child theme. There is a technique to do that traditionally through a notepad and server and whatnot, but there's a plugin for that in WordPress. You install that plugin and it will convert the primary to the child. It will keep the primary in the background and also will be live on the child theme. So this is for people that code. So if you hire any developer that do customization and programming on WordPress website, make sure they know what is a child theme. Because if they don't, that means they have no experience. Okay? That means they have no experience, they don't know what they're doing. So if you buy a theme from Theme Forest and you want them to customize it, make sure that they're probably going to ask you, do you have a child theme? We need to make a child theme, then do the coding. Then you would know you're in the right track. Because when you go back to the appearance, you will see two themes of the same, the parent and the child. But the child is going to look the same and the name will be different. Right here, active theme is called what? Catchbox. If I make a child theme, it will say child theme catchbox. Or whatever the developer is going to call it. But for all of you, you have to worry about that, but something you want to keep in mind. Because I've seen, unfortunately, some people that hired inexperienced programmers and developer, and yes, they did the coding, but they forgot that it's not a child theme. Because what happened when WordPress released the update, and you update it, guess what? It goes back to how the website was, and it breaks everything up. Does that make sense? So that's something, I mean, you just want to make sure. But for you guys, I think it's all good. Don't worry about it. It's something for the sake of knowledge, okay? But don't touch the editor area. Just stay away from it, okay? If you're not a programmer. Okay, plugins. Plugins, this is where you can add the SEO plugin, the social media plugin we talked about. We're going to show you how to install it. It carries the same idea like the theme. So when you click Add New, what are you going to see? You're going to see featured, popular, recommended, favorites. It has a rating system, how many download. Does that make sense? So this is how you actually research what kind of plugin I'm going to use. Okay? It also has upload plugin. Why does it have an option for upload plugin? Why? Yeah, if you buy a premium plugin from a third-party company, you have to download it and upload it. Okay? Because premium, there's no way to do it from the back end. You have to just download it and upload it. Okay? That's why you see this option. Other than that, we're going to show you how to install essential plugins on your website. Okay? So we talked about, let's go ahead and do a search. So I'm going to go to Add New. Under the search, I'm going to type, let's say, Yoast SEO. This is the plugin for the on-site SEO optimization, which is right here. So I'm going to go ahead and install this right now. Successfully installed. Activate. Okay, so that's added. Then we're going to add, we've got a few more to add, right? So that's one. The other one we're going to add, same thing, click Add New and do a search for Google Analytics Yoast. From the same maker of SEO plugin, there's another one for Google Analytics, and it's called Google Analytics Yoast, where did it go? Right here, you see this? Okay, so Google Analytics by Yoast. So let's go ahead and install that. 1 million download. Ooh. It's got like what, almost 4 stars. Okay, so we added that one. Let's go ahead and add what else? What's in the list? If you guys remember.
Google.
No, that's has no plugin.
TinyMCE.
Which one?
TinyMCE.
Yes, TinyMCE.
TinyMCE.
TinyMCE. There you go. This one right here. TinyMCE Advanced. 1 million download. Okay, I'm not configuring yet. I'm just installing it for now. Okay. Again, Add New. Installing. Which one?
Hotjar?
No, Hotjar. I'm glad you mentioned that, but it's actually a service. They might have a plugin. I'm not sure. They might have it. Hotjar. I'm glad you mentioned that. Check this out. This is an awesome site. There you go. All-in-one analytics and feedback. Heat maps, recording, funnels, forms, polls, surveys, and so you can try it for free. So you want to add that on the Corby Steakhouse website. Okay. All right. So what's the other one I mentioned? Updraft. Updraft Plus, one word. This is the backup plugin. There you go. And it's free. Okay. 600,000 download. Let's activate that. Alright, so we got Updraft, Add New. What else we have? Shareaholic. There you go. This is called Shareaholic. This is for the social media, what you call it, sharing button below the blog post. That's what it's for, because right now you don't have it. If you go back to, let's say, this blog right here, you see that? This is a sample of the blog. You click on it. There's nothing there except a comment box, and that's about it, right? But once I add this plugin, I'm going to show you how it's going to stand out below the blog post. So my question to you folks, why do we need a social media sharing button below the blog post?
So they share it.
Absolutely, simple as that. You'd be surprised. Some people are like, oh, I don't know. Okay, good. Let's go and add another one. So Shareaholic, Yoast Analytics, Updraft. What else? What else? Let's see here. So we got, oh, Contact Form 7. There you go. So this is a very basic contact form. Is for people to put the name and email, just to kind of, because you don't want your email to be publicly visible, because you can get spam if you do that. So this is a very basic form. Now, one of the forms that I highly recommend that you invest is called the Gravity form, because you can make any kinds of form. You can make an application for jobs. You can make a form where they can actually sign with the finger on the iPad and submit. Okay, so Gravity form, it's a premium plugin. It's not free, so you can pay, I think, $30 per website. There you go. Advanced form for WordPress website just don't get any easier than Gravity form. It's very awesome. $40 for one website. Okay, so that's something you wanna look into for sure. Okay, all right. So we're gonna install Contact Form 7. Activate. If I'm going too fast, please stop me. Then one more, and this is very important, it's called support.
Are you limited on how many plugins you can have?
Excellent question. Well, not really, but I recommend that you don't add more than 10 or 15. Because the more plugin you add, that basically means more work, more process, and every developer builds it separately. Does it make your website go berserk? No, it depends on your server. It depends on what kind of system you have. But initially, I don't like to put too much plugin, because some people put a plugin for a font. I'm like, why do you want to put a plugin just for a font of the navigation? It makes no sense, right? But like, you know, stuff that I'm putting, these are like a must. Like, security is a must, backup is a must. So we're going to add this plugin called Sakuri. And actually, I advise you to honestly invest in Firewall. They cost like probably minimum $10 a month.
Okay.
And what they do, they make sure that your website don't get hacked. But if you get hacked, they will restore everything for you.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, I highly advise you to invest, because I have a couple of clients. They installed it. They said the website became faster and a lot of other crazy stuff. And plus, there's a firewall. So what happens once you purchase the monthly firewall? Any hits that go to your website, it actually passes through the firewall first before it hits your site, which is really good. Okay. So that is something I highly recommend to invest. So there you go. So these are the most plugins. So I don't know about this one-on-one wizard thing. Bye-bye. Okay. So the first thing first. Excuse me. We won't be able to cover too much on the SEO part, unfortunately, or the analytics, but we'll try. So let's try to configure a few things step by step, okay? So let's start with, let's say, Contact Form 7. So once I added the Contact Form 7, some reason it shows up right here right now, because before it wasn't there. You remember the comment? There was nothing below the comment, but right now there is an option called Contact. So when I click on it, I get a default form created for me. So I'm going to copy that code. See that code? I copy this code. Then I'm going to go back where? Pages. And you have a contact page, right? Because right now, your contact page, which is this, looks like just that, email address. Don't ever do that, because you're going to get spam sent to your email, because this email is clickable and whatnot. So what I would do, I'll go to the Contact Us page, right? Since I grabbed the code, where should I paste it? Under the visual or text? You're absolutely correct. Why? Because it's a code. You know, you don't want to put on the visual, you have to go to text and drop that code. Click update. Okay. And let's go ahead and refresh it. Boom. You see that? Now you have a very basic, simple form. Where does the email go to? Let's go back to the contact and see which email was set up to, and you can also change the email, whichever email you want. Right here, contact form 1, mail. There you go. It goes to that email. You can add multiple emails by comma, multiple emails, or just whatever email you want this form to go to. Does that make sense? There you go. Awesome, right? Simple. So that's a contact form. Let's go back and let's see. Shareaholic, the social sharing button, which is right here. I'm going to click Get Started. Okay. I'm going to click Get Started. I mean, there are many social sharing plugins that you can pick. You don't have to pick this one, but I guess this is the most popular one. So there you go. Once I go to Shareaholic, what I need to make sure is this. I need to make sure under related and promoted content, uncheck everything. You don't want this, because the problem with this issue, related, previously it used to be where if you have 20 blogs and let's say 5 of them are similar to each other, it will show similar content below the comment section, so the reader can go back and read more. But now with this new update, I don't know what happened, they show content that is not even part of your site. So I think that makes no sense. Like, I don't want people to go somewhere else. So make sure under the related and promoted content, do not select anything. Make sure they're all unchecked. Okay. When you scroll down, when it says share button, this one, uncheck everything except what it says post below content, right? And now when I click save changes, let's see how it looks right now, okay? So I'm going to go to the blog page and click on this blog. And boom, see that? Still thinking, but I don't know why it looks weird, but you got the Facebook, you got all the social, what happened? There you go. I don't know what happened to this weird thing, but this is Facebook, Twitter, so you have the social sharing. So this means people that read it, they will share it, not you. So I can click on Facebook, it will take me to share the content in Facebook. And you can also organize it, you can add more options if you want. Okay, isn't that pretty cool? So that is for the social sharing, okay? Pretty nice, right?
Okay.
Alright. Let's see what else. TinyMCE Advanced. Look on your left where it says settings. And right here it says TinyMCE Advanced. So you go to the settings on this one, then TinyMCE Advanced. And from here, it will take you to this feature. You see this? I'm going to put the formats. I'm going to put font size. I'm going to put font family style. And click Save Changes. Okay? Now, I'm going to go back to Pages. Let's say our story, right? That's the page, right? So if I want to edit this page, look, I have different fonts.
That is awesome.
See? And I have sizes. And maybe formats like blocks, alignment, like left align and all that. Okay? That's part of the TinyMCE. Does that make sense? I can highlight this content here and maybe make it 18, family, impact. See that? Update, let's see how it looks as a test, right? Home. Look at that. Looks weird, right? Okay. And you can also have colors, of course, right here, as usual colors. Alright? So that's for the TinyMCE. And let's see what else we got. Updraft Plus. Just want to share something real quick. I go to settings, and from there, Updraft Plus. This plugin, you can set it up where every time you do an update, you can send it to a Dropbox, Google Drive, Rackspace Cloud, to your email, or to your hosting. So all you have to do right here, once you go to, this is the Updraft Plus. If you go to settings, under the settings, right here, what it says. 1 second. Where did it go? Where did it go? Under the settings, there was an option. Email. Here we go. Where it says choose your remote storage. See this option here? If I click the drop down, what do I get? Dropbox, Amazon S3, Rackspace, Google Drive, Microsoft Drive, file transfer protocol to your hosting provider, Microsoft. So you can update those content and move it to those areas. If you're going to program it or you're going to update every week, automatically it goes to that area. You don't want to update it to your server because you don't want to eat up the space in your server. So back up somewhere else. Okay, so you can do that. So if you select Dropbox or Google Drive, you basically have to enter all that information so you can sync with that third-party system, and it will automatically, depends on how you set it up, it will do a backup either on a monthly or weekly basis. And I recommend you do a backup.
So if you back up and whatever time frame that you choose to back up on, does it replace what you already have there, or does it just continue to keep adding and you need to go purge at some point?
That's an excellent question. I'll be honest with you, I do not know the answer. I definitely look into that. Okay? But that's a good question because I thought, you know how you have, in the backup you have these terminologies where it can back up only the new thing and not the old stuff?
Right.
You know, so I have to double check that. Okay? And this backup plugin also has a feature to restore and clone. So you can clone the whole website to a different domain. Okay, instead of paying company, hey, can you do a migration? But it has that feature. So let me show you how to do a very basic backup. Just click on backup now. Okay, and click backup now, and that's it. And in a few seconds, it will create a file. So today, so if something happens, I can go back to this, restore to this file, and everything will go back to how it was. So when you do an update for a plugin, make sure that you do backup first. Okay. All right. So what else we got? What else we got? What else we got under the plugins? Damn, we got like an hour. Okay. We covered this. Okay. Let's talk about the Sucuri. This is a security plugin for malware checkup and antivirus, that kind of stuff. So once you install it, you need to generate that API key. I'm going to click on generate an API key. Okay. Click proceed. And that's it. The key is created, and you are going to get an email about that key. And now it will take me to the dashboard. So once I go to the dashboard, this one I have to be a little bit careful. The first thing you want to do is what it says malware scan. Click the malware scan, and let's go ahead and scan it right now just to make sure that you don't have any type of virus in your server or on your website. So we'll run it right now. And this is very essential because you got to take care of your site. Just like when you buy a laptop and machine, you don't want to just have it, on the open like that. You want to make sure that it's working very well and it's protected. So as you can see, I got clean, 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 clean. Everything is good. Now I'll go to settings. I'm sorry. Yes, one thing I need to remind you. Go to settings, and what you need to do, because it is going to get a little bit annoying. Why? Because every time there is some type of software or what we call bot on the internet that goes to your website that tries to log into your site with the username admin and whatnot, right? These are software somebody created to kind of hack your site. And it will happen every day. And most of us don't know it. But Sucuri will know it and it will notify you. So if you get like 20 hits to log into your site, you're going to get like 20 emails a day. And it becomes like too much email coming in, and so you have to think about it. So what are the options? The option is you create if you have a Gmail account, you create a folder and create a rule that any email comes from here, it will go to that folder. That's one option. Option number two, just use any other email address specifically to get notification from Sucuri, because you will get probably hundreds a day, eventually. Okay. So when you go to the setting, how can I change the email? Just go to. Wow, they made a lot of changes. Let's see. Ah, interesting. I've never seen that before. Where did the email thing go? Let's see. Yeah, I don't know where did the email section go. Email. Okay, data storage path, reverse. Yeah, login code. Let's see. Give me a few seconds, sure. Yeah, they made some update. I don't see the option where I can change my email address, but if I find out, I will send it to Ashley so she can send it to all of you, okay? Alright. Now, to make sure that my website is secure, I'm going to click on hardening right here. And I can go ahead and select these options. Of course, I don't have the firewall, which is not free. If I want it, I can pay for it. When it comes to like protect your upload directory, I'm going to click on make it, harden it because I don't want any kind of issues. So let's go ahead and configure that. So any option that you see that says you need to harden it, go ahead and do that. And as you can see, I did it here. It took it right here. Where do you go? Verify version, remove. Okay, so these are all good. Restrict WordPress content access. This option blocks direct access to any PHP file located under the content directory of this site. This is not under. Okay, so we're going to protect the directory. Okay, we'll protect that. Because what I'm doing right now, I'm going to make my website secure and strong. Does that make sense? That's what I'm trying to like guard it. So that's why I'm activating some of these options right here. Restrict WP include access? Sure. Okay. Then I can keep scrolling down. Information leakage. See if I can harden this one too. Okay, that worked. Okay, check this out. The plugin and theme editor. Remember the section where it says under the appearance editor right here? So if I select this option, look what's going to happen. Check it out. I go back to appearance. Check it out, folks. I go to appearance. What happened? What is the editor? It just hid it. Because if somebody log in through your username and password, trying to mess up with your code, now they can do it because they don't know what is it on. It protects you from making any mistake. That's what is it for, okay? And that's it. So all the security is set up correctly. That means the website is secure right now. And what else we need to cover? So we covered that. Okay. Last but not least, Akismet. So what is Akismet for? This is where, when you get comment to your blog, this is where the Akismet grabs the spam and it puts it in a spam folder. It will tell you, we think this is spam. Would you like to approve it or disapprove it? And you need this. Because if you don't add or activate Akismet, you're going to get tons of spam bot just filling up your comment box with a bunch of rubbish, nonsense, sales, and whatnot, right? So you have to activate this. In order for you to activate it, you have to have the free account with WordPress.com. Because it was bought by WordPress. So if I activate this, I need to use my free WordPress.com account. So if you don't have one, just make up one, and use that to log in and activate. So right here, I'm going to use mine. I'm going to say go ahead and get the API key. Okay. I'm going to get this key to kind of configure the website here. See, I have a free WordPress.com account. Let's see if I can log in. I don't remember the password. It's been a while. Yeah. Can I log in? No. Can I? Yes. Yes. No. Yes. That's thinking. Yes. There you go. And of course, at different prices, right? So what you can do, you can select the first one, the basic. It says $36. As you can see, you have this kind of happy person, right? Kind of happy. What happens if I do this? It's kind of sad. See that? And I'll just continue, and there's no charge, and I set up a basic Akismet to prevent spam to your, what do you call it? But if you want to pay, that means it has more features and extra quality. So there you go. These are the code. I'm going to copy it, go back to my dashboard. Okay, and there you go. So the code is added. I'm going to select, show the number of approved comments, beside each comment author, save changes. That's it. So I was able to configure most of the essential plugin now. So you're ready. Does that make sense? The only thing I wasn't able to do is how to configure the Google Analytics. In fact, you guys want to show how to configure the Google and the Webmaster Tool?
Yes.
Okay, let's do that. Do you have a Gmail account?
Yes.
I need your Gmail account.
I have a Gmail account.
Okay,
yes.
Can you please call me? over here, or come over here, right? And
that was when I put in my password.
yeah, so let's go ahead. I'm going to log out from mine. And let me show you how to configure Google Analytics and the Webmaster tool, okay?
And real quick on the Akismet, is it, if you do still have spam comments that come through, is this because we have certain settings that are wrong, or is it just because it's not 100%, or?
That is an excellent question. No, that is an excellent question. Here's the thing. Unfortunately, it is unavoidable.
Okay.
Because in the internet, you're going to always have a spam bots. You cannot avoid it.
Yeah.
It's impossible. So you're going to get it regardless.
Okay.
Why? Because every website gets hit by a spam bots. So there's nothing that can prevent it. So what Akismet does, it just grabs it and it tells you which one is which. So when you say disapprove, and Akismet tries to learn next time not to have the same spam coming to hit your site. Does that make sense? But unfortunately, you cannot avoid any weird malicious coding hitting your site. That's something that's unpreventable because they exist in the internet. They travel, all right? They bump and hit. That's why. Yeah, click next.
I am.
So it's a Mac, yeah. Well, they say once you go Mac, you will never go back. Right? There you go. Yeah, I was born on PC. And you know what PC stands for? I don't want to piss off all of you, but I realized later on that PC means purely crap. Let's see. Then convert it to Mac. Okay, let me use that right now. So you got it. Excellent. Thank you. So for sure you need a Gmail account, right? So what I'm going to do, I might need you back in a few minutes, but you can relax. Okay. So I'm going to go to Google Analytics. There you go. That's Google Analytics. Okay. I'm going to sign in Google Analytics. Come on, come on, come on. It's thinking. Alright, awesome. So it just logged you in. Great. So it give me all this information. Yes, save the preference, whatever. Right now there's nothing there except there's another website. So what I need to do, I'm going to go to admin. Okay. Then right here, I'm going to go create a new account. Okay. I'm going to create a new account. I'm going to call it, again, if I'm too fast, please stop me. Okay, I'm creating a new account for this particular domain. I'm going to call the account name. I'm going to call the account name Redeem Furniture Company. Now here's the rule number one. If you create this analytics, you have the super admin access. That means you have the full access to it. So if you have a client that needs to add analytics, make sure that they create the Google Analytics first and they add you as an admin. Because why? If they want to delete me and I created the Google account, they can't because I'm the super admin. Does that make sense? So make sure that if you have a customer, that you tell them you created, then add me. Or you create it for them, then add yourself as an admin. Because in the future, if they don't want your service, they have every right to let you go. Does that make sense? Okay, so the name of the account, I can call it the name of the company. Now, name of the website, not the website, name of the website is this, okay? Now, here I can add the website. Does that make sense? Make sure is www. There you go. Got it? Category, if it fits the category, what kind of category you're in? Let's see.
People.
Okay, I think it's most of the side. All right. Time zone, very important. Central. Everything else selected, check, right? Just click Get Tracking ID. Then accept. Basically all they're saying, because of this code, because of this thing, we're actually kind of spying on you, right? On the side. Just to let you know, okay? That's my definition, okay? My scary definition. But of course, they have different nice words to make you not realize what's going on, okay? So there you go. So traditionally, we used to copy this whole code and put it on the back end of every page. That's how it's done. But with WordPress, all I have to do is copy this code, right? Go back to my dashboard, go to plugins, right? And right here, you see this? Analytics, you see this? Click on that. and click on authenticate your Google Analytics profile here. Once I do that, now I'm going to click on manually enter your UA code. I'm going to put the code right here. There you go. Then select this one, this one, this one, and save changes.
So I should ignore us.
Yeah, because this was disabled. You don't want to disable this part, right? Then you can go to universal, and here you can enable these two options. Okay, it's just an extra feature. You don't have to, but I prefer to have them. Okay, there you go. So now what happened right now? Within 16 to 24 hours, you're gonna see the Google Analytics will read the site. So anything happens.